What is up, YouTube? Ncaa 31 here, bringing you some NCAA 12 online ranked. Florida against Ohio State. You know what going against Ohio State means? That means always being on the alert for Terrell Pryor and his scrambling madness. But anyway, running the Flexbone here with the Gators, and also my custom Tampa 2 playbook with my tweaks. Had to make a couple of adjustments to get it to work post-patch nonsense. And one of the adjustments I had to make was to control the middle linebacker all the time, since I see underneath defenders just standing there and watching the ball get thrown for a completion every now and then. That wasn't happening pre-patch, so until patch 3 comes out, I'm going to be playing my Tampa 2 playbook like this, controlling the middle linebacker full-time myself, and do what needs to be done. But anyway, the Gators are an excellent cover 2 team. Their top 3 corners all have man, press, and zone coverage ratings in the mid-80s. Their safeties are very good. Their linebackers are athletic. Their outside linebackers have zone coverage ratings in the 70s, which is perfect. The middle linebacker is a little bit on the light side in the mid to low 60s, which is why another benefit of wanting to use or control him yourself. If you don't, then you want to sub him out in the nickel and dime passages and make sure you have either your outside, one of your 2 outside linebackers in the game. But what makes the thing go is the down line. They have one monster defensive tackle, number 6, who has excellent strength, block shed, and power move ratings. Their defensive ends are above 80 overall. The only thing you have to do is sub in the second string right defensive end. He's an 81 overall, but he's slightly faster than the starter. They're about the same in overall rating. And also, you want to put in the second string right defensive tackle, who's an 80 overall, but he's an absolute freak of nature. He has an 80 speed at defensive tackle. And he's not a softie. He can still shed blocks and has a good move set, and he's crucial because he allows me to use him as my designated spire, and he's fast enough even against Terrell Pryor to cut off the angle for the scramble and allow my defensive ends to close in for the kill shot, which you'll see in this game. He's an absolute beast. So they're like right here. The lane's cut off, and he can't outrun my defensive end because my defensive end has the angle. That's an 80 speed defensive tackle, ladies and gentlemen. And I think I'm getting the hang of getting a good rhythm here at the Flexbone. What I was doing wrong, I think I figured it out, was being too triple option happy. You gotta show everything. You gotta show fullback. You gotta show slot back dives and slot back sweeps and tosses. You gotta use those auto motions to set up what you want to do, as well as mixing it in as far as the passing game goes, as well as sprinkling in some play action. So I get a pretty good rhythm going in here with the Flexbone. Like right here, you see the wingback toss motion, but I run the halfback or the wide receiver screen. So you want to do stuff like that as much as you can. Just show them everything and make them have to honor everyone on the field as a threat, as opposed to getting triple option happy, which is what I was doing. But anyway, the Gators took one on the chin the other night. I watched that entire game, and they're going to be up against it going forward, having to start young Mr. Driscoll. I think Driscoll's going to be okay in the long run. I'm kind of rooting for the kid because, he played his high school ball about 5 minutes from my house. And he seems like a nice guy, so hope he does well. But he's going to have a hard time this season. He's going to be up up against it again next week as well.
4-yard line. Second down.
And he's more suited for a spread type of attack as opposed to being a pro-style passer. He's very athletic. You know, the kid can really run. But he's a thrower as well, so it'll be interesting to see what Charlie Weiss cooks up for him. But
play of the series. First down.
So this game you will see my final draft of post-patch Tampa 2 playbook. And again, the Gators are just ideally set up to run this kind of defense. They have the kind of speed and athleticism at all levels, the defensive line, the linebackers, and the secondary, in order to make it work.
Complete.
And you see that there? You see how the linebacker just kind of stood there? That's the 73 zone coverage linebacker just watching the ball get completed when he's right in position. You could have never gotten away with that pre-patch. And here we go with a Terrell Pryor play-action bomb. You know, all these guys who play with Denard Robinson, Terrell Pryor, you know, guys who use Penn State, they want to run, play action, go downfield. And I just had a hunch this particular down. You know, sometimes you just got to guess right. And I keyed pass, and I was right. You try to do play action and go deep. And now we start out pounding that fullback, mixing a little speed option, some load option, some midline, and just try to keep the defense off balance as much as you can and force them to defend the entire field. Good fullback run here.
The defense knew exactly what was coming.
I like playing with this team. I like playing with the Gators.
No option left. He fights forward to about the 23. Nothing there on the keeper.
And right here again with the tail motion to set up a pass to the left. There's actually a flood to the right, but I hot right to get a streak to Deontay Thompson there for a touchdown. So, you know, now I'm up 2 possessions playing ball control, and this guy, you know, has some pressure on him. And you're going to see that the threat of the spy, eventually, he doesn't even bother trying to scramble anymore.
He's scrambling.
Like right here, he's going to try it again and hit the fullback in the flat. That's pretty much the only guy he can really hit consistently is a fullback. And if someone has to, that's the only pass someone can complete is to their fullback, you're going to win the game. You're not going to get beat when someone's leading receiver is their fullback. Again, fullback in the flat. You know, that's not going to pay the bills in the long run. Sooner or later, he's going to have to go downfield. He goes downfield here. Receiver beats press coverage. That's okay. That'll happen every now and then, but not, you know, enough to make a steady living off of. But eventually, he's going to have to go downfield, and when he does, he's going to have a tough time because I have the zone coverage extended in the hooks and good safeties backing up those backers in case anything happens to get over them. Again, spy right there. That's my freak defensive tackle. There's no one open. He has nowhere to go. And he can't get the angle on that defensive tackle with an 80 speed. And he can also accelerate. And this is with a quarterback which has a 91 speed.
Florida 10, Ohio State nothing. They'll start at the 39. First down, 10 to go.
This possession is nothing special here. I think I go 3 and out in this possession. And you're going to see what happens to him again in the next possession.
Here's the option.
We can just see his frustration kicking in.
They'll go to work at the 39-yard line.
This guy right here, I should make a mistake. I come out in dime and audible to 4-3 cover 2 sink and accidentally man a line. He thought it was man coverage. And that was a 4-man rush there. I didn't spy or anything. But he's just so frustrated. He thought that was man to man, but it was really cover 2. and I was still on my defenders, was able to, cut off that middle route.
And they make the stop at the 22.
So now it's 3rd and 27. What are you going to do? And notice how he's going to be stopping, even attempting to scramble anymore.
Ball on their own 22. They're changing the play.
Good man coverage across the field. A help out in the middle. He has to go wide. And I got 2 very good corners. Not going to happen.
Defense to bring up 4th down. So they're going to go for it here.
So this game is effectively over.
Empty backfield. Quarterback.
So I made a couple of adjustments to my playbook and also to who I'm using, and it's shoring things up pretty nice. So hope you guys enjoy, and I'll talk to you all later. Take care. Peace.
Option here. Nice run, and he's brought down.
Normally you look for the pass in those kinds of situations, but a very alert play.
Under a minute left. And they tack on 3 points. I'm sure there are a lot of fans out there hoping for a miracle, but I seriously doubt we're going to see one today. Drops back on 1st down. Fires across the middle. And down he goes at the 42-yard line. There are 5 wide receivers split out. The quarterback in the gun. The defender had his hands on it, but it's incomplete. They're really fortunate that wasn't. Back to pass. And he's level at the 36.
He was a sitting duck on that play, and believe me, these defensive players love a sitting duck.
Caught out in the open. And he's tackled at the 47. And the ball game's over. And our final score in this one, Florida 13, Ohio State nothing. As we finish up the broadcast, what do you have to say about how this game turned out, Kurt?
It was never looking like an easy matchup for either team, but these guys were so stout and so determined. Anytime you keep your opponent off the scoreboard, you know you're doing something right. Florida knew they were going to have a dogfight in their hands. It was a spectacular effort by their defense that really propelled them today.
Great effort today by this young man, leading his team to a win and, in the process, earning Player of the Game honors.